What we're looking at here is search results for Gainesville, Florida dentists. This video is a part of the Google myth busting series that I've been putting together for dental practices. There's a common theory or claim that Google ranks the highest ratings first, meaning if you have more reviews or you have the highest ratings, you're going to show number one or top of the results, etc. I've seen this debunked time and time again. The gist of it is, if you ever have the idea, I've just got to get a lot of Google reviews and that's going to solve all my Google rank problems, that's false. Yes, reviews are definitely going to help you in terms of new public acquisition, new patient interest, any of those family friend referrals that go online and start searching you and seeing legitimate reviews like Google reviews, Facebook recommendations, Yelp reviews, established review sources. Those are going to be very beneficial for you. The main point of this video was to demonstrate that Google search results do not, I repeat, do not make priority to the highest number of reviews or even the highest ranks. And what I'm looking at here is a search, Gainesville, Florida dentist. This was abbreviated. Now keep in mind, and if you've seen any of my previous videos, you know that search results are always changing depending on where you're searching from, the location, the time of day. There's many metrics and factors, hundreds of them, that come into play when Google does its ranking. So in this demonstration, you can see that the first review, and this is what we call these three listings here, is what's called a 3-pack. This DMD is listed number one, but no reviews. And another part of this myth busting, which I'm going to cover in another video, is even dental practices that don't have a website can show up in these top ranks. I repeat, don't have a website can show up in these top 3-pack results. You might be saying, that's not what I heard. Well, that's the fact. It's absolutely true. The more creative investment you put into your online presence, your website, your social media profiles, directory listings, anywhere your address, name, phone number is listed, and continue to nurture that content, build interaction, meaning potential patients, existing patients, and others are interacting with that content. Useful content. All of that is going to be beneficial to you and your dental practice and help you get more exposure. But this debunk was just to prove a theory that, one, if you look at even the third listing down, it's 276 reviews. One would expect, based on the theory, that, well, the most reviews wins or the highest ratings wins, that would be number one. The second listing has 4 stars. Google does take care of the underdog, but don't try to cheat Google. I guarantee you will never win. Let's just dig into these results to see what else comes up. Okay, so we've got 2 advertisements here. Here's the no reviews. 556 reviews, 450, 73. So these are really, as you can see, these are somewhat all over the place. And like I said, Google's very good about modifying and changing these results. Search after search after search, different variations of search terms, you're gonna get different results. So if you've had a bad experience in Google or you've been told something, maybe this will help clear up something for you. But you can succeed with 80-90% of the market share today doing research in Google before they go to a dentist or call a dentist. It's extremely important that your online presence is right and that you do work and chip away at building this. It's going to help you if you have the aim to grow and expand your patient base in your practice. If that's not your aim, then Google might not be as important to you. But it is a modern day asset, and it's extremely valuable when wielded correctly. I was at a conference speaking to a room full of dentists about 5 years ago, And I don't know if I'm the first person to think of this explanation or analogy, but I went ahead with it anyway because it made sense to me. And that was to think about your online presence, your website, and all aspects of anything you have online related to your dental practice, and consider it your online real estate. Meaning all this real estate is a representation of how much space you own per se in Google. When someone searches for dentists in your area, how much exposure do you have? How many times are you showing up? What are you showing? Is your Facebook page showing? Is your Yelp page showing? Is your Google business page showing? Is your website showing? What's showing up? And all of this accumulative could be considered your real estate. You know, the amount of space that you're consuming within the Google system. And no, Google does not have to accept everything we tell it to. And it doesn't. That's why it's called the Google Index. Just like the back of a book has an index. Not everything in the universe is in the index. The analogy is not everything that's on the internet is in Google. In other words, you could have a website page or 50 website pages on your website that cannot be found in Google. So the goal is to get as many valuable, great content pages and pieces that Google will accept. Not violating their rules with tons of duplicate content, trying to trick the search engine in some way, but just good, well thought out content, design, and presentation of your dental practice online. Jason Wydro here with Golden Dental Marketing. Thank you for listening. You have a great night.